All right. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, running a little late here. Um, that's all right. You see here tonight, the BNR Cup Series takes on the formed Hotlanta. Um, High pace, super speedway. Oh yeah. See there, the 81 P4. Judson with a 31.6. Um, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over a little race day information real quick here. So, as we see here, they're at Atlanta. Current track temps 114. Weather is 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 49% humidity. It is partly cloudy with a 7 mile per hour wind. That wind's going to play a big factor here tonight. They have 140 laps, which is 216 miles. They get 2 quick fixes, 3 attempts at a green white checker, 50% fuel, and 8 sets of tires here tonight for these boys. I don't know, everything just looks better under the lights, unfortunately, but Atlanta just doesn't have lights in turns 3 and 4, so unfortunately we can't run it that night. Next week, these boys head to another super speedway, which would be Talladega. So, you see Chris Otto there, jump up to P3. I didn't realize he was out there. Be a shame on me. Yes, pit roads are going to be tricky. I do believe pit road speed is 45. I do believe. Um, can't remember offhand. That's for sure.
Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Is it Crystal?
Yeah, and we will go over. Starting good. So, starting P1 will be Sean Judson. P2 will be Brandon Moore. P3 will be Chris Otto. P4 will be Scott Bittinger. P5 will be Cole Duggar. P6 will be Richard Johns. P7 will be Caleb Shelton. P8 will be Jaden. P9 will be Shane Wilden. P10 will be Jason Adams. P11 will be Josh Small. P12 will be Philip Bridgman. P13 will be Chance Bradley. P14 will be Brandon LaHelier. P15, the last qualifier, will be George Rincon. And 16 will be Kyle Heath. 17, James Selner. 18, Zachary Rongich. 19, Jim Coleman'sberger. 20th will be Ernest King. 21st will be Tyler Myers. 22nd will be Duran Carver. P23 will be Ricky Belangi. And that is that. The only penalties tonight will be Selner, which will start in the back. Our good friend James, but he says that's where he wants to be anyway. So it couldn't happen to a better place and at a track. Uh, but like I said, next week these boys take on Talladega. So one super speedway to the next. And then they'll finish off at Bristol, which is the following week. So now they get that extra little short track frenzy. So, anywho, get ready to roll off here. Oh, God. Remember, like I said, 140 laps. Patience is going to be a big key here, especially at a track like this. So, they know about that little apron rule thing there, so they know what pays the consequences when it comes to it. So,
Is Scott Riggs in this truck race at Richmond?
who?
Scott Riggs.
Oh, I don't know, is he?
I think he's driving the truck that Todd Bodine was driving, the 62. It says Riggs. I don't know if it's
That's
Scott
Lane. That's probably his
or
son.
Lane.
Yeah.
Well then, okay. Interesting.
Anyway, the pace lights are off. About a bang, about a boom. 22 year, and yeah. Well. Unfortunately, here we go on the super speedway of Atlanta. They come and take lap 1. You see the 91 is off. And Brandon Moore there. In the middle. As the 81 said, he is going to try to get to the back as quick as he can. But unfortunately, being stuck on the outside, he is not going to get to the back the way he needs to be. So, like we said, patience is going to be the biggest key here. And Brandon Moore will come and take lap 1 from Judson there. So, you see there, they getting bobbly wobbly already. You see that 81 there, Richard Johns trying to get to the bottom lane the best that he can to get out of the front. But he's being as patient as he can and just cruising.
Well, it looks like teammates organized at the top of the moment, Brian.
Oh yeah, but there's one lonesome that's up there that's got them split up, and that is old Rowdy. And he's got them split up.
Brandon Jones Arca paint scheme.
Oh yeah. He showed some speed in practice, that's for sure. He used third fastest in first practice we done, and I think third or fourth in this practice, so that's always a good thing. So he has the speed to keep up there, and you see these boys getting a little loosey-goosey here.
Yes, at a track like Atlanta where the corners kind of meet you on the exit, it's more narrow of a radius than at Talladega or Daytona.
Oh yeah.
And
Philip Bridgman coming would have run his steam back there.
When you come off the exit, it'll kind of make you a bit squirrely.
A lot of Chevys in the field, that's for sure. A couple of Yodas. Oh, you got a Ford in the front. The Yoda on the outside, another Yoda, and another Yoda. Oh no, a Chevy threw that in the mix there on the outside there. So far so good.
Otto is really able to give the pushes to Brandon Moore that he needs to be able to lead that bottom line. Sanchez getting a bit, I guess, unorganized there in that bottom lane.
And now one of the McDonald's machine there. You see now they're going to start getting tight on that bottom lane. They are going to start side drafting, Will. And you know with these cars, when you start side drafting, it pulls them up off the bottom lane.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that would
it'll
just
slow 'em
cause...
down. It'll back them up.
And will cause some friction between the two drivers, and that could cause a cluster cahoots. So, but Richard there just pacing on the outside lane there, doing all right at this moment. But didn't know if you were here, but these boys do have... Oh my goodness! Wow, excuse me. These boys do have 2 quick fixes tonight to keep them in the game here. So far so good. As they come to lap 9 and 140.
Yeah, I would have to say that this might be a track position race because you can't really go anywhere, Brian. We do need a lot of help to move forward. You can't really do that if you don't have any help, and at the moment it's basically a traffic jam at 190-ish miles per hour, and that outside lane finally got enough momentum to get the 2 teammates clear, and they drop down in front of Brandon Moore. That leaves Richard Johns up there all by him lonesome. But Brandon Moore not giving up that lead without a better fight than that. His buddy Otto left him. He went up there to the top lane.
Oh. Jaden Sanchez doing all kinds of things there. We just don't know what kind of things those are, which tend to get Richard John stalled out a bit. As Jaden's now going to the back to get that cleared up.
Yeah, this will get the field maybe separated or broken up, dysfunction for a moment. You got a 5-car breakaway for a little bit here at the front. The 2 red cars, I believe that is the 8 and the 73, trying to do something on their own, it looks like. And now pretty much rest of the field kind of separate, kind of spaced out just a little bit, but
Richard John still hanging strong on that outside lane. Oh, now got to the bottom. Well, now they are all single file.
For the most part.
Comes Richard Johns back to the inside of the 90. By the way, it does get a little squirrely on that bottom lane when you come off of 4.
Oh, yeah.
I did a few practice with these boys. That's also the fun part I get. Before their little sessions here, I get to go out there and practice with them. That's always a good thing. But when you're in a tight, condensed, solidated pack like this, yeah, you get a little loose down there. Richard must have gotten tight on that bottom lane, slid up, which forced him to go high. So we got Jason Adams there, got by Richard Johns. So they got a 7-car breakaway before that next pack back there.
Yep, Duggar and Bridgman trying to fight over who wants to lead the second pack. And George Rincon right behind them.
You see, oh yeah,
small separation too. They're about a second off of Richard Johns, I would assume.
Yeah, you see Philip Bridgman there trying to lead that bottom lane there with Jim Coleman-Sperger right behind him. The 90 had left George Rincon out on the outside lane there. as they're trying to get all situated here. It's
Yeah, if
hard
they
to
could just
figure
get
out which
single
lane.
filed out,
Hmm.
they could probably run down that top 7. If only they could get single filed.
Yes, indeed. You see Philip
That's
picking up the run from the 90, but Jim is coming back to the inside there. You got Jim, Jaden, and Kyle Heath down there on the bottom. Who's that behind Kyle?
Wilden.
Yes. No. He's up in the... You know what? Yeah, I think you're right. Yes. Yes, sir, you are. You are correct. And then the other two separated behind that pack right there, which is, I want to say, Ernie and
We got
Brandon.
3 separate packs. 3 distinct separate packs. Longich is leading the 3rd pack, it looks like.
Yes, that's this pack back here.
Else back there.
So you got Zach and Josh. You got Myers, Ernest, Selner, and Carver. So that's that. So there's 3 different packs.
To me, Brian, it looks like some of the drivers didn't really get their steering adjustments put in properly, or maybe just a bit tighter than expected to be. Not 100% sure there, but a couple of them just letting it go almost all the way to the wall before turning it back down the track.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir, you are correct. But that backpack was probably thinking, okay, well, now we're here at a super speedway. Is it going to be, you know, a breeder of a breeder? So maybe that's why, yes. Maybe that's why that 3rd pack there tended to just drift and wanted to be as far away as possible. So that could be too. So,
but you said you were doing some practice with these guys earlier, Brian. How long of a run could they get on a full tank here?
A lot of them were getting, I believe they said close to 30 to 35 laps of fuel.
All right, so we're looking
I do believe
30 to 35. So
they really weren't talking about it. So I mean, I should have looked, and I was in my in-car. So normally I get a thing up on my screen here that gives the fuel to figure that out. Really, I do. Now, you see here, Will, like you were talking about, telling that 2nd pack to all get lined up single file and go up there and try to spoil that bunch up there. So
yeah, now all they need is that top 7 to be a bit more racy. The 2nd group got lined up now, and might be too late because they were only about 2 seconds off the overall leader, and now they're trying to close that gap once again now. So
let's see what Duggar sees from his. So as we see here from him, that 2nd pack is running them down. So they might have been a little racy up front for a bit. So as you see here now, that front pack tends to diminish.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of separation, a lot of breathing room for each other. Long drive here this evening in Atlanta.
Yes,
So,
sir. Oh, Jason Adams getting his name known up there.
yep, he's cracked inside the top three now. Slowly but surely, methodically, very, very patiently. Trying to use a lot of big words at once, not really working out at the moment.
And
But
jamming the top
very,
10. There you go.
oh yeah. Just sometimes you just got to be patient and let all the spots come to you. And that looks like what Jason Adams has done so far in the early goings.
Oh, yeah. So far, so good. They're up here. I guess the word patience had worked very well with them here. So, as they come to lap 29.
And it just kind of sucks for almost anyone who is in that third group because you know you're so far off the pace that
Like
the
3
front
seconds,
runners.
3 to 4 from that second
Oof,
pack.
oh yeah, and you know it's just kind of bad for pitch strategy and things
Oh,
of that
Binninger,
nature.
you are not clear. As his teammate is going to leave him out. As the 73 sticks with the 43.
Yeah, Jason did a good move there. He progressively kept getting his nose underneath Bidinger, who was slowly but surely rising off that bottom. And you can't do that. You can't give a window of opportunity to a race car driver or amateur sim racers because they will take it. They will jump right into that window and say hello to you.
Oh, yeah.
But then sometimes if you stop going for a gap, you are no longer a racing driver. So that's what some people think.
Oh, you see green flag, so just about 30. Like I
Yep,
said.
30.
Oof. That was a tricky
30 laps maybe for the front runners and for anybody saving, as we saw in the SRU Truck Series last week, I believe it was. You know, anybody who wants to save, they can obviously go a bit longer, but 30 laps, it seems, if you're not saving, is what we're going to get tonight.
Like I said, hitting that pit road at the right time. I see here they all come. Oh, just like that. That is not what you want to do.
Mm,
Look at that cluster.
yep.
That is the one mistake that you don't want to do. So you got
Yep.
Jim stayed out, Sanchez and Kyle.
Yep, that's a lot of experience in between Sanchez there. An experienced sandwich he has got himself
Kyle.
in. We know Kyle's going to try to get all he can get, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying, Will. Pit road, tricky.
All that time that Sanchez lost trying to be super cautious.
Yep. You see Rincon still out
he
there.
didn't lose a lot, but still,
Oh,
you know
no.
what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Sounds roughly right between 30 to 35 laps. So. But that pit road has cost its, oh.
That's not a word.
Okay.
Costed is not a word. Anyway, that pit road green flag sequence did cost. There you go, Brian.
Thank you.
Some drivers.
Yes.
A lot of time, I would have to say. A lot of
Wrongage.
time.
Yeah, wrongage. Fortunately, you got caught in there, and you know, just what it is, I guess.
Well, you
Oh,
always got to be
Rincon
mindful.
is now making his pitch. So he went
Gotta
an
always
extra 4 laps.
Be mindful of your surroundings, who you're pitting with. You know, just always got to leave the space.
Yes.
Always have to leave a space.
Especially here, when you're trying to pit here, with that offset of the turn going into the pits.
This is exactly what I was talking about, though, with the back, that third pack. This is why you don't want to be that far off of the leaders, because you're getting lapped now after you've made your green flag pit stop. But I do believe the 12 there was involved in the melee on the pit road with the 88. Not sure if the 9 and was that Ricky or Randy?
No, Randy's not here tonight.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Once I figure out who that is. But anyway.
Where? 22?
Okay, 22. Okay, Carver. My bad. Okay, I couldn't see his number on his car.
Yeah, he's got it kind of pushed up there, and it's like a reddishy, you know.
But not sure who all was involved in that entrance altercation. Besides the 12 and the 88, but
Brandon tried to avoid it, so maybe Brandon and Myers slowed down extra cautiously so he wouldn't collect more than, you know, what happened. That all happened right in front of Carver there. So unfortunately Carver was a victim in that stance to fall into this lap down thing there, because otherwise he was up there with Sellner, but Sellner and them were able to get away, so which is they're closing it up on him real quick too. So
well, after the green flag sequence of pit stops, we got a 3-car breakaway at the front. The 91 of Judson, 73 of Shelton, and Chris Otto there in the 7-car hanging on to the race leaders. 3-car breakaway. Then we go down to Bidinger in the 92, who is 5.5 seconds back, leading the second group of, looks like 3.
yeah, it'd be the 92, the 43, the 8, and the 88 is unfortunately a lap down. So that's the next 3.
Yeah, the 88 is 2 laps down.
Then we come back here with Johns and Heath.
A little duo right there, and they'll probably, if they stay lined up there, they could probably run down the threesome in front of them, because they're kind of side by side. And then you got Sanchez and Jim Holmansberger and a couple of other guys back there in another group. And then we got the next group of cars that could be coming under threat of being lapped down material.
So Jaden's leading that pack from 9th on back of Jaden, Coleman, Bridgman, and Duggar.
Yep.
And then King back here with this little 3 tango here.
Pit stops are always the great equalizer. Get everybody spread out and just really see what everybody can do, I guess.
Yep.
Back up with the lead trio.
Something happened to Rincon. He must have been caught speeding, because he's 2 laps down.
Well, that is a good possibility.
Oof.
Whenever you are the last person to come in,
well,
you don't have nobody in front of you to judge your speed or you know, anything like that. So
Sellner, the victim of a lap down now. So he will be the first car a lap down if Smalls don't get by him, and unfortunately Smalls just got by him to be the first car a lap down if we get a yellow. Um, so, so Wrong Itch and Rincon are the two victims 2 laps down.
At the moment, looking pretty good. 44 laps into the race. No caution at this moment in time. Like we mentioned, 3-car trio breakaway leading at the moment with a hungry lap down car, Tobacco right behind them, just conga lining right behind the front leading trio.
As you
1,
see
2,
there,
3,
yep,
4, 5, 6
there's
lap
quite a
down
few
cars.
as they
6
all
lap
gonna.
down cars behind the race
Mhm.
leaders, trying to find a way around.
If you can't get lined up and get that lane forming, it is going to be hard to get your lap back the hard way. But I think what they're all doing, they're staying in the line to protect that fuel. Now, as you see there, as Josh Smalls attempts to take the bottom, he has no help from Myers, and you see there, Josh Smalls is just going to fall back in line and say, okay. Boy, they're catching Ernest King real quick, ain't they?
I think Ernie's by himself.
And Bradley and
No, he's with Bradley. Okay, Bradley.
oh boy, this is getting.
So
Oh my
another
God.
trio.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me. My goodness.
Oh, the 5
Less
of
than
Brandon
100
LaHillier in the
laps to
wall.
go.
Mhm. But he's all right over there, cruising.
Is that a furniture road paint scheme?
No, that's a FiOS.
Okay, whatever that is. Anywho.
That's internet in the north. Verizon FiOS.
Oh, okay.
Like Verizon Wireless.
I get it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Or I just could have said Joey Logano, he driven it. Or Cindric driven it. I think it was Cindric. But we don't care about him anyway.
Kyle Heath has, Richard Johnson, Kyle Heath has got to the back. Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore's Jason Adams and Bittinger. So, nice little, line of cars they have going here. Hopefully, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Let's go back to kindergarten.
There's 6 of them lined up.
Yes, 6.
But a lap
But,
down car leading that pack. Sorry, 2 lap
but-
down car leading that pack. So technically you're right, 5. But there's 6.
Oh, I didn't see the AV8. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zachary's leading the pack.
Yep, we got 6 cars here, but there is so many lap down cars with the front pack that lead group. So no matter how hard they try back here, the second group of leaders, no matter how hard they try, it's just almost all for naught because of how outnumbered they are as far as, you know, the lap down cars go up front.
Yep, there they go. Now they're going to start fanning off like this, and that is going to diminish their little pack here. That 92 better get up off that red line there. Something had happened with this pack. Because now there goes Kyle Heath and Jason Adams. Getting by Bittinger. Brandon Moore is going to go up to the outside lane with him. That is not going to happen. They're going to leave Wrongich in the dust on that bottom lane there and say, sorry, sir, that's all for you. Now we switch back up here in the front. Tyler Myers attempting to get that outside lane rolling there to get his lap back the hard way. And just like that, with Sellner falling into his draft. Oh, 22 in the wall. as Otto got some lap down traffic in front of his view now here. As these lap down cars are going to attempt to pick them off one by one. Just like that, Tyler Myers going to make his pass on the 73 to split those two up to get his lap back the hard way. You got Sellner creeping into the back end of that 73. He's like, hey, if I see Myers doing it, then I'm going to do it. Come up here and spice up this front pack, get them all split up, and attempt to get their lap back the hard way here.
Well, we're closing in on a second round of green flag pit stops if they stay green, Brian.
Yes, sir, they are. But now, Will, with these lap down cars all fading into these leaders' positions here, that will cause them to have to stay out either a lap or two, depending on where they fall. Because these lap down cars are fighting to get their laps back, Will. And unfortunately, they can do that.
Past Shelton, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler
Myers back on the lead lap. Sellner trying to stick with the 9 to get his lap back too.
Looks like Chris Otto's going to use lap down traffic here, or not really lap down traffic, just cars that may not necessarily be on the same lap. It's so difficult to find the right wording sometimes. Looks like all the cars are kind of outnumbered to those two on the top, so maybe the bottom side, if they can stay in the throttle long enough, if they don't have to keep playing patty cake. Oh, never mind. Chris Otto goes to the top, but, well, he got left out. He made that move too late.
Yes, indeed, Will. He's probably now just going to fall out of line here by all these lap cars. Good run so far, ticking these laps down. But Tyler Myers isn't going away to those front two. He is probably going to rough them up as long as they call out when they're pitting and Tyler doesn't drill them. Then they should be okay, because with Myers being there up on the back end. Go ahead.
I was going to say I would suspect lap 61.
Yes, sir. At least somewhere there, as we've seen, the only one who extended a little bit more of the laps was Rincon. But I don't know if Rincon wants to do that again. Or if he does, it'd be good for him to get at least one of his laps back. An attempt to keep it that way. But we don't know. We'll see. As you see there, Otto falls into that long train there. So, excuse me. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, God. Oh, okay. No, never mind. See there, those top 3 are pitting.
Oh, lap 60, not 61, but...
Bittinger dropping down.
I thought they might be able to stretch it one more lap.
Our favorite thing.
Jason Adams and Kyle Heath working somewhat at the moment together, it looks like.
Yeah, there they are, leading that pack right there. Richard Johns on the tail end of that line there. Oh. Oh, and Kyle spun Jason. Where's it at? I'm going to have to go back and watch that. That was a doozy. That's a black... Oh, I don't even like the looks of that, to be honest with you. Alright, we're ready, Will. As we see here, this is what we were talking about, getting on pit road. Too fast, and he said, excuse me. That is a black flag there that they're going to have to take. And there's Adam. It's like, oh, man, that's very...
Don't mean to laugh. It's just everything is just funny at the moment,
Yes.
especially that type of stuff. Couldn't help but laugh.
Indeed.
Sometimes laughing is just the best way to get over it. That's really going to hurt Heath and Adams. Adams,
yes, it
who
is.
was having a fantastic run there. He was inside the top 5, inside the top 3 before the first wave of pit stops occurred. And that most certainly, everybody's, praying for the caution.
They come as
least,
they pit.
Know.
Oh, Josh! Go around, Josh. Oh, there you go. I'm telling you, there's the caution.
I wonder what it's for. Was it for Josh drifting, trying to get down to pit road, or like what?
I don't know. But see, here's the thing. I think it was for this. Actually, I could have controlled it myself. Oh, man. I don't know why that was a caution, because he got it back going off the racing surface. Out of the way. But I guess high racing consider that a Josh Smalls crash, and they threw it. So, yes, we'll say that.
Well, let's see who all this caution helps or benefits. There's a lot of people one lap down, and we got multiple.
If it's a one lap down there, Rincon will get his lap back.
I was going to say we might have some waiver rounds, but...
Yes. Oh, maybe it was Jim. It was Jim. Lucky dog. I think so. Not too sure. That's for sure.
Well, first caution of the day, and it comes out in a bad time.
Yes. Judson, Brandon Moore. So who's... Okay, so all these guys in the front here are a lap down. Besides the 73, so all those guys who stayed out that are in front of the 73 will get their waiver rounds. Let's see here. I don't know who we can chit-chat. Yeah, we can. It's having a good night here.
Ernest King is 50.
Hello. Well, oh, okay. I should have waited.
Well, hello, gentlemen.
Yes. Hello. P3.
How are we doing?
All right. Still see that you're still showing some speed here.
Oh, yes. Yes. I am very happy with my Tide Toyota.
Is it 2 to go or 1 to go?
We are on 1 to go in turn 1.
Oh, Christ. Hurry up, Will. Ask him what we're going to ask him here.
Anyway, Richard, you think you got anything for these guys tonight here in Atlanta?
I think I might have a little something.
Well,
me and
like
Brandon Moore are working together, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you always got to watch out for that. Well, best of luck to you. Love the paint scheme. You know, we got to witness that in person. So, anywho, like I said,
they delayed the green, so we're good to go for one more.
All right, more questions. before the first sequence of pit stops, what was your overall summary of the racing so far, Richard?
I thought the racing was good. I know me and the 8 car burned our tires up pretty quickly on that first run, running on the outside and running side by side for a while because it got really, really tight going into the corners, and we had to lift really bad. But from hearing from a lot of the drivers in race chat, they've been saying the same thing about it. So it seems to be the consensus going around.
Which lane would you prefer to be in, the bottom or the top?
If I'm by myself, I would prefer to be in the bottom. But if I'm running side by side, you get a bigger run off the top and can, push the forward momentum to the guy on the outside. Oh, look, they delayed the laps one more time.
You think we'll start to see some more yellows here, Richard?
I think now that we're bunched up, maybe. I would hope not, but
Right.
I thought 60 laps green was pretty good.
Indeed, 64, 60, something like that. It was indeed. So, gonna try to just keep the same game plan, just stay out of the trouble and just try to stay up at the front more.
Pretty much. I mean, we've kind of got the track position now. I don't want to lose it now because it seems like it's kind of hard to pass.
It looked like it was extremely hard early goings, early on there. So, well, best of luck to you, Richard.
Yes, sir.
I know we still have at least a lap, but you're probably tired of hearing us talk to you while hearing every other voices. But hopefully you can keep having the good night you were having, and we can talk to you more later, Richard.
I appreciate it, guys.
Hopefully they got us situated now. Jesus.
All right. Gotta remember, Brian, it's still a PG-13 family-friendly show here.
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah.
I see. With when the pace car pulls off this time, they will be halfway. So.
Really?
Yes. 70 laps. They'll be halfway. 70 is 140.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That was fast. They were. Yeah. I was trying to figure it out because that's normally when I do my little cutaway things if we didn't get the yellow, but unfortunately we got the yellow. So we'll continue to wait. So we'll probably do lap 80.
A lot of good drivers at the moment. Still one lap down.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good guys.
That hurt. That hurt a lot. A lot of them. I'll have to question
in a way,
that
it also helped a couple people not be so far off the pace.
Jim.
As we saw some trouble getting into the pits.
Anywho, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, go ahead.
That's all good.
Finish.
Lap 70 gets the restart.
Oh. There you go.
Some people were caught sleeping on that restart. Holy mackerel.
Now, Will, the question I'm going to ask you, since we got in that caution, are we going to see more now?
Well, it's a 50-50 toss-up. You could, or maybe they might have some more patience to just ride around a little bit longer here. Anything can happen, though.
Jaden, that lonesome wolf out there next to Richard. Sorry. That was just too close to comfort. Really was. Yep, here we go. Now we're starting to see that second lane form up on the outside there. The 73 couldn't block the one. And Jaden, unfortunately, is going to get by the 73. You see the 88 out there working with his teammate in the 7. It is now starting to get hairy, Will.
Zachary Rongan's still 2 laps down, by the way, but man, he is up there. Is it? I thought Sanchez and Otto killed everybody there for a moment, but
that's what I'm saying. Now these boys are racing now.
and we got to remember, half the field is a lap down or more, and the other half are duking it out on the lead lap.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to pass because you're basically stuck in a traffic jam that is just going at speed.
Look at all that bobbing up there. Holy Christmas of... Whoa. Woo! Oh, man. Wrong itch, dude. He's getting a little iffy there, mate. He wants that lap back, is what he wants. But little does he know, he can get that 1 lap back, but he's still going to be 1 lap down at the tail end of the longest line. Unless all those guys back here and this gaggle of next-gen cars link up and all pass to get their lap back. But the one who hurt the most was Kyle Heath and Jason Adams when those two did their little shindig there in the pits, but we will not talk about that.
It hurt him, but the caution coming out helped him at the same time.
Yes. Jim Coleman-Sprigger up there with the lap cars. He said, all right, I'm going to use them to help get by this cluster of a cahoots here. And, oh, Richard Hanger on the bottom. That's the thing with the pack being so tight and heavily condensed. Well, as you see there, what we talked about, riding that close to a car is lifts them up off that bottom lane there. Patience to the perfection throughout this field. But how long are they going to have it, Will?
That is a great question, Brian.
These
it looks
boys,
like they could just wreck at any moment.
The way they're driving, yes. Anywho, we get to see another fulfill moment here next week when these boys go to Talladega in these cars. So, but the difference is it is more roomier and they can do things.
That's still not a word.
Sorry, there's enough room at Talladega to where, oh, this is what we're talking about. That checkup there. Richard said, no, thank you. I am backing out of this mess. I don't want nothing to do with it. Y'all go ahead and have at it.
3 wide for a moment.
Mm-hmm. But now, Will, does that hurt Richard falling out that far?
Well, he's, you know, the scoring tower says he's still in 11th place, but I mean, it'll hurt him eventually in the long run if we can't get a caution, but I think if we get a caution, he's perfectly fine. He's not in the hornet's nest. He should be out of it, at least, you know.
For a little bit.
Elected.
Yeah, I think he should be alright. Alright, now we're gonna go to our little drink break here. as we return here.
Yeah, we somewhat got two lines of racing going, but pretty organized bottom line.
That's that tight. Yes. You see Sanchez keeping his teammate out in front of him.
Yeah, they got a small little gap there.
Oh yeah. Philip Bridgman. Right there. In that middle there, P5. A good run for him tonight. In that awesome DC looking car. By the way, which he run the oh, I do believe he won the Truck Series here, and look who's right behind him. Him and Jim, those two know how to get it done. Kyle Heath there. Very unfortunate for him to be trapped. And what is going on here? Oh, hello. We're back. 90 of 140. They are ticking these laps down. They still will have to make another attempt at a pit stop or two.
I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Or can we see what Phil did and clutch it to make it exactly one? But we're not going to say nothing about that. So, anywho, oh my God, Phil. Phil trying to lead that outside lane. Boy, I hope this don't go into a night race. Oh God, they'll be screwed. There ain't no locks.
I almost don't think you could save enough fuel with the 50% fuel.
I don't think you can. Maybe if it was 75, they probably could have at least. But Philip Bridgman there, Will. You see him leading that outside lane. Don't know if Kyle's going to attempt to jump up there and carry Phil, and he is, as we say it. There he goes. Who else is up there? Well, Ernie was up there. He said, sorry, Kyle. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Okay, now we're... Alright. Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's just jockeying for position.
Very unfortunate for Mr. Johns there. Great run, and he thought the safest thing to do was to back out of that, but oh, the 90's in the wall, not much, a little tap. He's alright.
He lost 2 positions there. Enough momentum broke to lose enough track position. Might try to get one of the spots back, but
Yes.
we should see pit stops occurring in a couple of laps.
Oh, Philip, that's the wall. Oof. But he does a great job of keeping it up there. He's going to lose a lot of momentum now. Gets swallowed up there.
Wonder what type of nose damage that occurred on the 91 at Judson. He hit the back end of Bridgman fairly hard there.
I believe he looks okay at the moment. It looks like it's still keeping him up there. Doesn't look too heavily damaged. So that's always a good thing, I do suppose. You see there, he got linked back up with his teammate there in the 90. As Duggar gets to the back end of Jim. Oh boy, that's what's going on here. Pit stops. There they go. I'll lock them up. You gotta love it, Will.
Yep, that looked like Sanchez in the one car, locking it up, trying to get down to pit road speed.
Oh, there's a lot of boys coming in.
Yep, pit road being a very busy place at the moment.
Jim Coleman'sberger looking to go by the 8 of Brandon Moore. But Jim said, I'm going to peel off here and pit. They're all slipping and sliding, getting into the pits. Oof. Boy.
Well, like Duggar was having a Code Brown moment as he was trying to get into the pits.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was Duggar. Could have been Benninger.
No, I think it was Duggar. Yeah, it was Duggar. See there as Wielden still staying out. Lap down, trying to get up to Myers. So you see Richard Johns and Scott Bittinger in the pits. Richard Johns with a 15.4 second pit stop. Oh, you're going too fast. Oof. I don't know if that's if iRacing's gonna condemn that a penalty there for hitting that cone.
A poor tragic cone.
What did that cone do to that car? I don't know. Like I said, getting execution in the pits.
Well, some of these guys are going to be about 10 laps shy. Maybe 12 laps shy of getting the completion of the race. So we will more than likely have to see another round of pit stops occurring.
As you see there, Brandon Moore beats off Judson. Sorry. You see, Brandon Moore wins the race off of pit road to the 91. That'll get them locked back up. You see Rincon now pitting. If anything, I think Rincon might be the closest, or maybe Bradley. So, I mean, that's always, I guess, okay deal. Oh, boy. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Hey, man, you said it, not me.
I didn't say nothing bad.
No, not at all. Anyway,
Bradley's still out there.
yeah, well, no, he
No, he just came in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to put Otto in the lead, Will. Maybe.
No, it should. Otto's in front of Shelton.
That's unfortunate, but... Oh, now Jim's by him, so... Now we gotta shoot the ship now, so... Otto will be your race leader as the cycle of green flag pit stops have occurred. I think the problem... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Those SRU boys are all lined up there. Hey, you see that, right?
Oh, they are, but I don't know how much it's going to help one or the other.
Well,
Ernest leading this.
No, he ain't. It's Otto. Yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
Mm-hmm. He's leading this lead group. He is the last car on the lead lap, barely in front of the race leader, but those two are teammates, I do believe.
Yes. 33, the 7, the 1, and the 88.
Well, there is a lap down car of Jason Adams in between first and second place man. And then there's a lap down car in between the second and third place man. And then I think
Phillips and Fort, so
Phillip and Shelton are right there, so there's no car separating them.
see as they get past John's there.
Richard. Yep, Richard going a lap down. He was having such a great run. And like we said, he needed a caution early after losing the pack, after having to do some evasive maneuvering.
Oh, you see there, Jim Coleman'sberger is going to work with the 43 to take that lead away from Otto. But Coleman'sberger said, no, I'm staying right here. Y'all can have at it.
Wow, what a move by Coleman'sberger to get back on the bottom and to stay in line with the lead lappers and not to work with longtime race pals up there on that outside lane.
Well, you know, he don't give a hell about it. Richard Johns hanging on tight there with that pack. If he can get up there with Kyle Heath and Adams and work with them to get back by them, they would all get their lap back and be, because right now Adams is the one they're fighting to get the lap back, so it'll be Adams and Kyle, and then Richard, then Scott. Unfortunately for Selner, he went 3 laps down, but you know, that happens. So now Jim's going to be on the outside lane there.
I just don't think anybody is going to be able to save enough fuel to where they're not going to be able to make an extra pit stop or at least one more scheduled stop. I just don't see it happening to where they're not, you know, to where they're going to be able to stay on track that long. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, somebody's
Philip Bridgman trying to ride around and just save as much as he can, but like I said, I still think they're going to be about 10, maybe 8 laps shy if they're trying to save. And some of these competitors pitted sooner than later from others. So Brandon Moore and Judson, in my opinion, are the first two that might be able to go the distance, but that's still kind of calling it fairly close.
Yes. You see Chris Otto keeping Ernest King, his teammate, on the lead lap in case if a caution does occur. You know, Otto is so much faster than Ernie. Oh, something happened to Duggar. Nope, never mind. It was just a little silly glitch. Don't worry about that. 29 to go. Coming to 28. No, it says Duggar's in the pits. Wonder what happened. Oof. Wow. Okay.
Maybe perhaps a mechanical failure on the 90 machine.
But you see there, Jim gonna make his attempt to pass on the inside there. Look at that run he's got there. As he does a great job to take that P2 away from Shelton. Now Jim said, alright, I'm here now, Otto. You ain't gonna do that to me. Oh yeah, Jim ain't having that. That's for sure. He said, no way. Philip Bridgman now moves into P3. Shelton falls back to P4.
Looks like Duggar's coming out of the pits. 2 laps down now.
Okay.
This kind of sucks for some of these guys.
Ernie goes back a lap down.
Once they got trapped 1 or 2 laps down, they just
There goes Jim to the lead. Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Lead is trying to be changed here. Looks like Jim will indeed take over the lead. Take his Hawaiian Tropic 29 kart to the lead.
Look at that gaggle of lap down cars. I don't know if I am Jim. Do I let Adams and Kyle Heath go by? But he's also got to remember he's got Chris Otto right back there in that tail end of that thing. So
well, like I said, I don't think everybody's going to be able to make it. You got 1 more stop pending. Just go like heck until that last stop occurs and just see where you come out in placement after that.
you see there Brandon LaHillier in danger of going a lap down, and Chase Bradley in danger of going a lap down too. They got a big gaggle of lappers behind Jim. So this is going to make it all interesting here. But, Will, as you said, no one knows what these boys got in fuel left. Look at that big line of cars behind Jim. Oh, God. I do not want to be... Oh, my God. What does Jim do here in this situation?
I'll just go where they're not.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go to that bottom. They are holding station on that outside lane.
Oh, don't...
Giving
oh, man. They're about to
inside
be
plenty of
room.
room.
Oh, my God. Oh, there's the 5. He goes in the wall. Jim out front, but with Jim being out front, boy, that gas mileage is going to fade. There you go. They
Looks
see
like
there.
Duggar's trying to get one of his 2 laps back pretty aggressively.
Duggar just peeled out the way and said, all right, I'm getting out of that mess. Or unless Phillip moved them, said, listen, you ain't doing that here. Oh, that's Duggar right there on the outside. So Brandon Moore and Chase Bradley now are pitting. Oh, that is Bittinger. Oh,
Yeah, that was
Judson.
Bittinger that you saw on the backstretch.
Oh, okay. Oh. Those boys are coming in early, Carver. So.
No,
And-
you got to do something different because you don't really want to come in when everybody else is coming in and get caught up in an incident that we've seen occur earlier in the race.
2 of them. Sanchez comes in. With Judson. No, Judson's been in there. Judson with a 15.3 second pit stop there. Brandon with a 15.4. No, that was not Brandon. With Tyler Myers with a 10.3. What if he just took fuel only? Longitch with a 15 second. Sanchez
Maybe right
15.3.
sides and fuel
Probably.
only.
Yeah. Probably.
Maybe just fuel.
Oh, if it's fuel, then you might, you know.
It should
No.
be less, yes.
Yeah, oh, okay. 19 to go. Jim, Otto, Shelton, Bridgman. Your top 4 on the lead lap. At 8 comes Adams, Heath, King, LaHillier, Johns, and Rincon. Where is Richard? He was up there in that pack. Oh,
Yeah, he
something,
was.
something happened to Tyler Myers again. He's back down. Wonder if he got hit speeding. Oh my God. Oof. That'll be hard, bull. All that strategy.
Well,
He's just. He's
You
back
know,
in there.
two cars, well, 2.5, might as well say, at the moment separating Jim Coleman Berger and Chris Otto from each other.
Yep.
Duggar trying to do everything he can to get one of those laps back.
Interesting to see how these top guys up here in this little gaggle of cars tend to play out. Remember, Will, you want to hug that crevice down there on that bottom there. Get that nice little run going. But cars up here took us there. Might not be pleasant to hug that lawn. Like I was talking to you earlier about the loosey-goosey out of 3 and 4, and as we've seen it trying to make a pit stop, it just, yeah, no. Harbor in danger of going another lap down, but he came in and pitted, so he's good to the end. So that's all right. So he ain't too worried about that. Unfortunately, 3 laps. Oh God, Tyler Myers 5 laps down. Oh my God. So I wonder if he got hit with a speeding penalty. That could have happened, Will, or unless he lost a tire. Oh God, imagine that, huh?
You can do that?
It happens. Oh, here they come with the pits. Lock her down. Oh, man. Can never get to it in time. Oh, that's a great camera, too. Man! I don't know. I'm tempting to keep it on pit lane. No, we will not do that. Let's get back to the action. Oh, okay. Well, we're about to see it right here. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, Jim. Oh, my God. Oh. Whew. Doggy. A little bit better from these boys. You see Johns now going by. He's back on the lead lap, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look. There's BNR logo there on that sign. You hear Jim over there revving the throttle in the pits. Really? There he goes. He's out. Kyle behind him. I don't know about Adams. Adams being a little silly there. 13 to go. Those boys are coming quick on Jim. Rincon there. Oh, well, I am interested to see what type of cluster cahoots. Jim exits perfectly right where he needs to be. Look at all this gaggle of cars.
Lost a lot of time and ground. Lost a lot of time and ground. Staying out longer.
Yes, indeed.
George Rincon there now in 3rd place. Chris Otto in 4th.
I think the top 2 haven't pitted yet. I think top 3 haven't. So as long as...
They have.
I don't think Philip came in. Philip? No, I don't think he has. I don't think so. I think Phil's clutching it.
Everybody's pitted, Brian.
Have they?
Yes.
Oh my God, where the heck have I been? Fluctuating here, making sure everybody got on pit road okay, I guess. That's what I've been worried about. I don't know, Will, this is about to spice a lot of things up here now. Oh, Brandon Moore on the wall. Well, this is about to get scary. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's just wait and find out. Oh, Rincon, no. Jim with an excellent run. With 10 to go, Will, it is about to get intense. Oh, Jaden's probably going to wreck Jim, and oh my God. The 6 is a lap down. Jim said, excuse me, I am coming. Move. That's what's going through Jim's head. Jim couldn't have exited better coming out of the pits to get to where he needs to be. He's got Phillip. He's got Judson. He's got Otto. He's got Shelton. Right in his view, Will. With 9 laps to go.
You know, as slow as the pace that Phillip is, you know, providing to us, I don't know
Phillip
what he
hits
took,
the apron and, oh my God. Woo! Lap down cars, lead lap cars all together, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what's going to happen. Well, I think I might know, but I just won't say it
This
just
auto
yet.
is running down Shelton.
All Jim's got to do is get by that daggone 91, and they'll be in P3, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. There's
Yes.
the lead change. There is the lead change indeed.
And there goes Jim, P3.
Oh, Phillip.
Phillip, where's
Ping-ponged
Phil?
off the wall.
Oh, there he is, P5.
He ping-ponged off the wall. Now Shelton's getting used like a dirty sock.
Oh, this is about to get spicy. Jim, stay on that bottom lane. You let him slide up. You go up there, take P2. There you go.
Yes.
Attaboy. That variant bias
Well,
there.
Now we got a lap down car in between Jim and Chris Otto, and that is Ernest King. How rough will Jim get to try to get by Ernest here? We will surely find out. 5.5.
Jim is there.
laps to
Oh,
go.
Jim moved him. Oh!
Flash!
Oh! Man! Jim said it. You son of a gun. That is it. You blocked me once. Shame on you. You get it the second time, and that's what happens. Well, I said it. I wasn't going to say it. There it is.
Well, I think everybody would be very, very. They would be a sitting duck if they would not come down and put on a fresh set of sticker Goodyear tires. And you know, if not, you got to come down and put on a fresh set of tires.
Jim's getting it,
We
boy.
should-
Jim's getting it,
We
boy.
should go back and look at the replay, Brian, of this incident that occurred.
Oh, my God. Oh, I see a modified out there on track. Oh. That was Ernie. Yes. That was poor little Ernie.
Well, I mean, he trying his best to protect his teammate in the lead. You know, you don't have to rewind it that far.
Yeah, no, I wasn't paying attention.
Pay attention.
You see Jim here?
But,
And Jim already said
yeah.
it. Hey, I'm going down there. He said, bump you once. There you go. Get the. Oh, wow, that was close. Woo!
oh man, he just gave him a bump on the left rear of the bumper, and Zachary Ronic almost got involved in that. Don't know how he didn't, but man, that was very aggressive, and I mean, you got to do what you got to do to try to get back to the lead, and Ernest trying to do what he's got to do to somewhat protect his teammate there, his buddy, and oh yeah, that was very close indeed. Super duper close. Are we gonna get the Dell Earnhardt on board here with the 33 car?
I can.
No. Oh.
Right after this. Because then I'm about to go to this. Blow over! Woo! That was great. Great of you.
Jaden got a lot of damage as like Ernest was like getting catapulted over the one car.
You see as we ride on board with Ernie. As he stays behind Otto, helping Otto out. That bump right there. Oh! Woo!
Oh, man.
Listen to the sound of that car, boy. That tire's just flopping dingy. A whole lot of a whole lot of flopperooties
Aiming
going
very
on.
hard.
Oh
Well,
man, I wanted to talk to Jim, but that ain't happening.
now we're gonna wait. Lights are out on the pace car, so looks like good quick work by the AMR safety crews, and everybody gonna have to check on Ernest. Well, of course not. Um, you know,
Not
hopefully
when
Ernest
there's
is not.
5 laps to go. You know how these 5 laps always get. Unfortunately, I'm
Hopefully
sure you still had
Ernest.
a quick fix.
Hopefully Ernest is not concussed in any way. He hopefully has all of his sense to him. Hopefully.
It's about
That
to
was
get
a hard
interesting.
hit.
I don't
That was a
think
big hit.
Coleman'sberger has any help. I don't think so.
I'm
That-
surprised Sanchez is still up there. He's got a lot of damage to the front of that car.
Quick fix. So everybody probably behind first and second came in.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
yeah, we were looking at that replay for a while, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't really pay attention to who
There you
came
go.
in, who
Pace
didn't,
car's
who-
up. Well, I mean, there you go. Start of the. Oh boy, this is about to get ugly. I don't even want to look at this.
Yes, more
Two.
people caught sleeping on another restart. 2 to go here at Atlanta in the BNR Cup Series. Atlanta 216.
There you go. Jim dropped down to pick up Jay. Jim is going to get that run on, yeah, on whoever that is. The 73 said, hey, you remember me? You left me out.
Ah.
And there goes Jim to pass the 7 to take the white flag. Will, could Jim hold it off? Could he make a, yeah.
Shelton on the outside. Sheldon is on the outside now. Lots of help from Judson. Jim Coleman'sberger trying to protect the bottom line. Chris Otto all over the back bumper of Jim. Oh, man. What's going to happen here is they funnel down into turn 3. Shelton on that outside. Jim Coleman'sberger on the bottom.
They go 3 wide.
Oh,
There goes Jim to the win.
No help. No help for Shelton. Oh, Chris Otto. Chris Otto gets alongside the
Oh!
Chris Otto got him. Chris Otto got him at the stripe.
Yes, he did.
What a battle. What an intense race.
Oh, Jim broke
Here
his
at
fucking.
Atlanta. What just an incredible race. Final laps there, that green-white checkered we just occurred. Just incredible.
I slipped up. I didn't realize he had a broken tire there. But we watch back here as the 7, they had a run on the bottom there. 3
And
wide.
Judson left Shelton. He obviously Shelton either down on power or just lost all of his momentum. Something occurred with the 73, and everybody about stampeded each other there on the checkered. But man, what a great photo finish for Chris Otto and Jim Coleman'sberger. Very, very great finish here,
Right
coming
before
down to the wire.
That was a good race, Will. That was very good.
Everything you want. I would have to assume and just jump to conclusion that is just kind of everything you want there. Some of the things you don't necessarily like to see, but it's part of racing.
Congratulations to Otto. Him
Oh,
and Jim
yes,
should.
congratulations to everyone.
Him and Jim should not be mad at that. They by .014 difference there. That was a really good race by Otto and Jim. That was very good. Very great race towards the end there. Philip Bridgman finished 7th.
Yeah, everybody just kind of was going all over the place towards the end there, coming to the stripe. It was almost any man's race there, just about. Caleb lost his momentum going through turn 3, and Judson, Sean got around him, and
Let's see if we can talk to Otto here. Good to see him back, as always. Otto.
What's up?
Whew.
Well,
Boy.
fantastic drive from you tonight. That is for sure, Chris. Congratulations on becoming victorious here tonight, holding off Jim there on that green-white checkered. You want to tell us about that restart? You got a good run. You got a good launch. You were kind of a sitting duck, and then everybody started swarming up to you.
Yeah, I, I launched and nobody went with me, and I thought in my brain, I was like, oh no, I'm screwed. But no, coming out of 2, I dragged the brake a little bit, so that way I knew everybody would get back to me. That way I would have a chance to regroup with the draft and get back up to speed. And luckily, 29, he came down in front of me. That helped me out a lot. And I shoved and shoved and shoved in 3 and 4, and he drifted up just enough for me to get underneath him and barely snuck out that win. I'm pumped. I didn't think I'd get it done today, but no, huge shout out to all my RKR teammates. We raced together today. I mean, we had a couple lap down, maybe 1-2 laps down, and yeah, that middle portion of the race, we worked well together no matter what lap we were on. So huge shout out to them. They helped me win this race, that is for sure.
Well, Chris, why would you summarize the overall racing here tonight at Atlanta?
That's a good question. This is actually my first time running here. I did not do any testing or practices except for the 20 minutes after I got into the session. Especially when they brought it out, I wanted to, but just didn't have the time to run any laps here. And I was taken by surprise on that first run how much the tires actually wore. So I had to manage that, and getting on pit road, you got to manage that, getting everything you can out of it, but not speeding at the same time. And I think I executed pretty well there today. But the overall racing, I thought it was really well. It ran a lot better than I thought it was going to, and everybody here that race tonight ran a great race. We did a great job. Sucks that Ernest got turned there at the end, but we still got an RKR in victory lane, so that's all that matters.
Yes, indeed, sir. Congratulations once again. Next week, we'll be moving just state lines just a little bit over there. Talladega. So back-to-back speedways, super speedways, I suppose. What is the thoughts and prayers going into Talladega?
Honestly, same thought that I had going into Daytona, same thought going into here. Stay up front if I can, qualify well. And if I can stay up front, then I can control my own destiny. Usually the wrecks happen towards the back of the pack, middle of the pack, sometimes in the front. I mean, it happens, but I'd rather be in the front to control my destiny rather than in the back trying to avoid the mayhem.
Right on. I feel you about that. Well, Chris, anything else you'd like to further add about the race here tonight, or maybe give some extra or more shout-outs?
Yeah, I mean, just Brian for putting on this league. I had a busy summer, and he's been understanding for me me having to miss some races here and there. But yeah, he puts on a great league. I enjoy running in this all the time. And everybody at RKR, they do a great job with helping each other out as far as steering ratios and brake biases and stuff like that each weekend. Just they're a big help. So huge shout out to those boys over there.
Right on, right on. Good win tonight. Very exciting up here in the booth. That's for sure. One other thing, the execution on pit road, did you think in your eyes it was tricky, or because we've seen a lot of people kind of boofed it? That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys saw, but I almost boofed it once myself. But yeah, it's just it's kind of difficult. You want to practice your pit road entry in practice, but it's hard because you're running in 2-3 car groups. You're not running with 7, 8, 9 cars, and you're going a little bit faster, so your braking zones are maybe just a touch back, and that's just a learning process. And that one where I nearly spun on pit road, I just missed my braking zone by about maybe 50 feet, and I had to lock them up to keep from speeding. So, but yeah, I mean, for me, it was just really finding my braking zone, getting on that still banked part of the racetrack, but below the red line here, and then just slowing it down there, and then turning down onto the flat part of the track when I need to get to pit road.
Right. Yes, sir. Awesome job. This is a great race to watch towards the end. It was great. It was epic. Your team did a hell of a job. Coleman-Spurger's team did a hell of a job. And
Yeah.
and the Judson crew, they all did very well. This is a race to where nobody should be upset. It's very good. The last 5 laps always get intense at super speedways. You never know. Besides, when you guys were all making your last final pit stop, that's where things were starting to get spicy. Coleman-Spurger and all them executed the pit stops the way they did, kept them close up there with you boys, and unfortunately, Ernie was a victim of that change there, but a hell of a job by you, Chris. Good job, bud.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, it was a great race. I had a lot of fun.
No problem. We try to do what we can. Good job, bud.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Next up. Oh, Jim.
Hello?
Hey, Jim.
Boy, you had me nervous tonight. Oh, my God.
Why, man? Because I screwed up another one?
No. That's for sure.
I could have like held it down and have him turn me, so I just figured I'd just let it drift up after he hit me going out.
You want to talk about coming out of pit road and chasing down the leaders, like swerving in and out of all that traffic and everything, and then what did occur between the 33 and your front bumper, and then and then Jim talk about the restart.
Okay, let's start from the pit stop. I nearly killed myself going in, but I saved it. On the way out, I was, they didn't have quite as fresh tires as I did, so I was able to make some, nice little maneuvers to get to the bumper of the 33. But when he went high, I was able to hold down. He came down, shot down in front of me. I had the momentum. I can't just lay on the brakes, so I think he was
Right.
protecting his teammate. I'm just guessing they're teammates.
They are.
Yeah, so I think he protected him, and I hit him, and he didn't hold on to it.
The classic.
Sorry, Jim. I
Jersey.
love you. I love you. Anyway,
I'm thinking that's what happened. I did hit him, but he's a lap down. There's 3-4 laps to go.
Yes.
Courtesy would have been nice, but it is his teammate. I understand.
Hey, I support the decision of what did done happen. I see it from all angles, and I would have to agree with it. Nothing wrong, really, in my opinion, with it. But what did you think on that restart? After you saw.
I got the lead, and I kind of said, this is probably stupid. And when I got the lead, Chris pretty much rode me. I guess it was through 3, 4, 1, 2, and I almost lost it, but I saved it, thank God. And then when he got to me again on the final turn there, coming to the checker, I just let it drift up instead of. I could easily yanked it back down. But I figure I'll just try to give him a lane and hold him as best I can without wrecking the field.
But that finish came to a .014, so that was close between you and Otto there. This is a good one to watch. You'll love to hear the reaction from me and Will. It was great on the last few segments there. It was awesome. We were it was like very intense. I wouldn't know how else to put it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it was real intense. I actually had a blast. I said to Kyle and Jason during the race, I was like, I can't believe we have a caution, and I was involved in the one that we had. Go figure.
Yeah, you guys went 64 laps, I believe, without a caution. I believe there was only two or three
Mm-hmm.
2 the whole night.
I think 2.
I was
Yeah,
I was
there was
pretty
one
impressed
other
with
one than me and the 33.
that.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yes. Yes.
Besides all of that, what would you like? How would you summarize the racing here tonight, Jim?
For the most part, there was a lot of give and take. It was spread out for the longest time. I was cruising around, I guess, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there. We were just cruising, and then when we got bunched up, it when that caution came out, I pitted with, I think, Phil, and it was like me and Phil pitted at the perfect time because we, I got the wave around. We waved around, and I was in the top 5 there. And then the rest of the race was what you see.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Um, well, Jim, anything else you'd like to add, or maybe give some shout outs here, or
All right,
something like that, Jim?
yeah, this time I'm gonna actually thank Kyle. Unlike the last time he interviewed me, when he, but no, me, Kyle, and Jason, we actually, even though we're not really teammates, but we, where we come from, SRU,
Yes.
Yeah.
and we work together very well. I don't know what happened to them two. I think Kyle overshot it, as Jason would say. Um,
Oh.
Going into pits, I guess they got together. Good thing I didn't pit with them,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, they had somewhat a coming together earlier in the race, and that it was going to trap them. I want to say 2 laps down, but then
Mm-hmm.
the caution came out halfway through one of the pit cycles, and it it kind of only trapped them 1 lap down. But unfortunately, a lot of guys could never recover from their uh, doings. And yeah, but Jim, excellent to get to talk to you, and almost got her, almost got the dub, but not quite. Next week's Talladega, so hopefully, you can have just as good as luck as you had here next week.
Yeah, I hope
What
so.
are
I
your
hope I
thoughts for
got.
Talladega?
I think it's going to be, hopefully it'll be green flag like we had here. As all these super speedways, it comes down to pit stops if you stay green and having
Mhm.
help. So hopefully, for the most part, I got respect from the other guys here because considering it was my first race with you guys on the Cup Series, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. Good job there, Jim.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the race. Thank you for the broadcast and all your work, man. I really do appreciate it. It's all good.
Hey.
And I do got to give a shout out to my wife for letting me do this on a Saturday night. She's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Oh
I would
yeah.
have to, and her name is Candace, not the wife, just so you know, so I don't get my ass kicked later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Awesome job, bud. Looking forward to seeing you next week and whenever Fridays kick off again. That's for sure. So.
Yes, sir.
Oh
Thank you,
yeah.
guys.
No problem. Now we talk to Mr. Judson. How am I doing here? Here we go. Hello, Sean. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Yourself?
I'm doing all right, but that was a really interesting race for long periods of time. That's for sure.
Good to hear.
Yep. It was brought excitement to the booth.
Yeah, it was
P3.
definitely an exciting race.
Oh yeah. P3. I would never be upset with that podium finish. But go ahead, Will.
Shauna, how would you classify or summarize your run tonight?
We had a good race early, led, I think, pretty much the first 60 laps. Thanks to my teammate Scott for getting me out front like that. Then we kind of got back in traffic after that first caution. We pit, and then the caution came out. Luckily, we stayed on the lead lap, didn't need to take a wave around, but kind of got stuck back in traffic. Couldn't really get to the front again. And then the last green flag pit stop, we were on par for running first through third there, I think, and then the caution came out, and I got a little bit of it.
What was it like basically just trying to ride in line in the narrow radius of the corners here at Atlanta? Just how hard is it to try to stay in line the best you can, but also just try to keep that speed built up as well, Sean?
It's difficult if you're riding behind somebody that's trying to run just the bottom, so they don't so you don't pass them. But I mean, if you talk to the person in front of you, let them know, hey, we're not going to pass. Like, let's just catch up, like me and Brandon did there mid race. You can kind of arc up off the corners and carry a lot more momentum that way instead of just trying to hug the bottom.
Oh yeah. We noticed a lot of people were getting tight when they would be down there, and yeah, that's for sure. Overall, I thought it was it was a great race. Pit stops all took in place. That's what everybody loves. Um, so I had a great time and calling it. Question: pits when it came time for pit stops. Did you think it was a little tricky maneuvering through the pits and trying to get it down there?
I didn't, but both of my teammates had issues. I know Cole looped it, I think, twice, and Scott had some issues getting slowed down for the cone there, but it's all about practice here, and you really don't want to practice on fresh tires because you're not going to be able to stop as well as you think. And a lot of people just practice, I'll go out, run a lap in practice, pull in the pits, and that's not the way to do it at all. You really need to burn the tires off and then try pit stops.
Yes, I agree. I noticed some pit roads were getting tricky there with selective few. A couple of incidents there getting on that pit road there. It is a heck of a stretch from not the first line, but to the actual second line to where it clocks you. Um, Everybody were just in a very tight pack trying to get condensed into the pit road, and you know how well that works.
Doesn't.
Exactly. Like I said, next week we're at the old Talladega, so another super speedway, everybody's favorite. A lot more
Yep.
room and a lot more stuff to maneuver around, and pit road shouldn't be an issue there. You got, like I said, you got plenty of room to do
You've got
evasive
like half a
maneuvers.
mile,
Mm-hmm.
off of 4 to get it slowed down for the pit entry there.
Oh yeah. So you got plenty. Unlike Atlanta here, a little short.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I don't like the pit road here. But anyway, what will be your plans and all that stuff to survive Talladega?
Kind of like tonight. Just keep the car out of trouble. Hopefully, keep it up front where you're not going to get, like I said, hopefully not wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
We had the first 60 laps here. We, like I said, stayed out front pretty much the whole time, stayed out of trouble. That'll
Oh
make
yeah.
it to the end of finishing the top.
Yes, sir. Well, you got anything else for Sean?
No, Sean's pretty much answered all of our questions that I could think of.
All right, there you go. Sean, you got any shout outs or anything you want to give?
Yeah, my Team Outlaw Motorsports, BJ, Scott, Cole, AJ, they all support everything we do at the team and make us better week by week. Sponsors, Juddy Designs, KDC Photography, Beard Tube Beard Oil, W Energy.
Right on, right on. Hell yeah. Good finish tonight, P3. You're always up there in the top five, always.
Trying. You got to maintain points.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You got to keep those points. You are still the points lead by quite a margin now. It was 10, so, I mean, that's good though. Keep it up and just keep stacking them up and get that extra 15 going into the playoffs on top of what you have. So,
That's the plan.
yes, sir. Awesome job, bud. Great job. Always awesome to see you out here every week. So, yes, sir. Keep digging.
Oh, and thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You guys
No problem.
put on a good show here.
We try to do it. We try to give it our best. So, that's for sure. Tonight at the end was really good. That's for sure. So that one will be a entertainment to watch towards the end there. So, but awesome job, bud. Awesome job. Awesome job. Can't say it enough. That's for sure. Good luck. See you next week.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, you know what to do.
Well, for Brian Huntley and myself, William Roberts, we'd like to appreciate everybody for coming out and enjoying an awesome BNR Cup Series race at Atlanta. And catch us again next week, next Tuesday. Will be our next time, I believe, either Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday.
One of the two.
Yeah, one of them.
We'll be back. And hopefully everybody has a safe and